Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Rachel and this is Stitched Up. So today's video is very kindly sponsored by Mrs. Quilty. Now Mrs. Quilty reached out to me before Christmas asking me if I would like to try one of their quilt subscription boxes. So if you haven't heard of them, they're based in the US and they do a monthly subscription box for quilters. It's got a massive community behind it, and yeah, they reached out to me and asked me if I would be interested in having a look at one of their boxes. So of course I said yes. So I haven't done a lot of quilting, as you probably know. I have done a bit in the past, but it's not something that I tend to do much of. I'm much more of a dressmaker and more recently bag maker, as lots of you know, and it is something that I like to dabble in every now and again. But I think for me, I struggle with being able to visualize how quilt fabrics come together. Some people are just so good at choosing different sort of patterns and how they coordinate and color schemes and all that kind of thing. But for me, when it comes to quilting, I just can't, I can't do it. I can't visualize it. I don't have that sort of knack of being able to do that. I do with dressmaking, but quilting, no. So I think it's great that, you know, you can get these jelly roll packs and fat quarter packs and all that kind of thing. But even then, I really struggle with how to sort of put it all together and make a quilt or a quilted project from it. So it is something that I would like to do a little bit more of as time goes by, but I think I'm a bit scared of it, if I'm honest. I don't know if anybody else feels that way. And sometimes I think, you know, I mean, quilts just look amazing, don't they? Let's face it. A handmade quilt is just a work of art, but it just feels overwhelming. So I was quite intrigued to have a look at this subscription box just to see what it was about and wonder if it's something that I would be interested in, and I thought some of you guys might be as well. Now, I know some of you in the US do follow me and you've probably already heard of Mrs. Quilty, but I know those of you in the UK and other areas internationally might not have heard of them, but they do deliver worldwide. So let me show you the box first, and then we can have a little bit of a chat about it. So this is what came to me, and it's sort of letterbox size, but it's in a really nice sturdy box, and it comes as a monthly subscription. But the clever thing about this is it's designed as a subscription that takes you along from a sort of very beginner to more advanced projects. So you can join this subscription as a complete beginner, but it isn't just designed for beginners, if that makes sense. It's designed as a subscription series, so each box follows on from the previous one, but no matter where you join, so if you join now or if you joined in, I don't know, 6 months time, for instance, you would still start right at the very beginning, if that makes sense. You would start with box one and then work your way through. Now, it is a monthly subscription, but you can cancel or pause at any time, so you aren't committed. That's the good thing. And it just means that even if you pause, when you want to pick it up again, it means that you will then restart at the next box in that series, if that makes sense. So you're never going to go back to the beginning, and you're never going to get a duplicate box as well. So they do have a website, which is mrsquilty.com there, and on their website they've got bundles on there as well. They do sort of Black Friday deals and Christmas deals as well, which are really heavily discounted. So I'd encourage you to go and have a look at those if you are interested. It would make a great Christmas present later on in the year, or even a gift to yourself. And included in the box every month, you get some really high quality fabrics chosen by designers that you can't get anywhere else. So, you know, you're not going to get fabrics that you could sort of buy, which is really unique. Each month you also get a magazine, you get free tutorials, and the tutorials are videos as well, which I'm very much a visual learner. I think they're really, really good, because this is the other thing with quilting for me. Some of these really more complex squares that you see, it's great to have a video tutorial that you can just refer to whenever you want to just help you along the way. And you also get some free gifts as well. So let's have a little look inside and see what we get. So when I opened the box, it came like this. So inside, the gifts with this month, which I believe is the first box, is a pack of pins, Now, I'm going to be honest, these are not my favourite pins. I think they might be fine for quilting, but for dressmaking, definitely not, because they tend to snag fabrics. But for quilting, they're probably absolutely fine. And then you get a little quilting ruler as well. So we've got a little quilting ruler today. Look, my ring light is shining on that. But yeah, little quilting ruler, quilting square. These are absolutely necessary when you're doing quilting or any sort of projects where you need to be super accurate with your angles. I've used these kinds of things a lot in my bag making recently as well, because it just means that you can square up your fabric perfectly. And then inside we get a bunch of gorgeous fabrics, which I will show you in a minute. And then we also get this lovely magazine. So in the magazine, I have had a really good look through this, and within the magazine you get a lot of hints and tips and tricks in how to progress throughout your quilting journey. We've got a little feature on quilting tools there and what you need, and then it tells you exactly what's in your first box, and then it also shows you all the projects that are detailed in the first box. Now, you don't have to do the projects that they have put in the magazine. You can do your own projects if you want to as well. You know, it's entirely up to you what you want to do. But I really like some of these projects in here. I mean, we've got, what have we got? We've got a pot holder, which is great for winter, isn't it? Let's face it. We've got a quilt as you go mug rug pattern. We've got a quilted placemat. So you've got all of these ideas that you can have a little go at. You get your 12 fat quarters, and yeah, they are beautiful colours. We'll come to those in a minute. So yeah, this is a visual picture of all the fat quarters that you've got. Tells you a little bit about piecing for quilters. And then over the next few pages, you've got your link to your video tutorial plus your instructions for each project, which are really nicely laid out. And you've got obviously all the instructions there on how much you need to cut of each one and the measurements, etc. So all the projects are laid out really easy to read format, so that you can obviously work your way through and decide which one you want to do. If any, as I say, you can choose your own project if that's what you want to do, if any of these don't appeal to you. But I really like this placemat. I would love to have a go at something like this, because I love how, you see what I mean about the colour schemes, in the fact that trying to pick sort of a blend of scale of pattern and colour schemes, etc., is really hard, I think. So it's nice that somebody's done it for you, but I really like that, and I think I will probably have a go at something like that. I think it'd be nice to do it. Now, one thing I would say is that you do get your fabrics, but you don't get the rest of what you would need to finish those projects off. So for instance, your wadding and your backing, you don't get the bits to do that. So you only get the actual fabrics to create your quilted piece. You would then need to purchase your wadding and backing and binding separately. That's my only criticism, I would say, because I do think with a subscription box it would be ideal if everything was included, so that you didn't have to then buy any additional notions or bits of fabric or whatever to complete your project. That is my only criticism. But the first box is delivered within 2 to 6 days of you ordering. You get a 30-day return policy as well. So that's, I think, is brilliant, because it means that, you know, if you do get a box and for whatever reason you don't like that particular style that month, or the fabrics that month, or whatever, you can return it and get all your money back, which is amazing. There is a dedicated support team to help you as well. And the other thing that Mrs. Quilty do have is a very active online community Facebook group as well, where you can get involved and chat about the projects, get some help from other people that have done them, etc. So, you know, you've got another online community there to take part in as well. So I'm going to show you the fabrics now, because they are beautiful. So these are 100% cotton. We have this beautiful one here with the lovely flowers on. We've got butterflies. I know a certain granddaughter of mine that will love that, and daughter. We've got a lovely check, a blue and white stripe, blue and white polka dot, a blue and red polka dot. We have another gorgeous sort of daisy pattern. And another ditzy floral. We have another dotty one there. And this one is probably one of my favourites. I think that's lovely. And then this gorgeous sort of dotty stripe. And then the final one is this one. So all of those fabrics have been chosen to all work together really well in your projects. And yeah, I am quite impressed really. I'm really itching to have a go at one of these projects actually. So once I work on that, I will show you what I end up with. Let's just leave it there because, as I say, my quilting is not brilliant. It's not something I'm very good at. So I'm going to leave a link in the description box down below for you to go and check out the subscription box if you are interested in trying out one for yourself. And Mrs. Quilty have very generously offered a 20% discount off your first box, which you need to use the code StitchedUp20. I'll put it across the bottom of the screen now for you, and that gets you 20% off your first box. In addition, you also get some freebies as well. So you get an ultimate quilting guide, which is completely free. You get a free quilting journal, a free quilting planner. When it comes to Christmas, you get a Christmas magazine with 10 free patterns in as well, and also free tutorial videos. I think I mentioned that earlier, didn't I? So let me know what you think. As I say, I'm really excited to have a go. You know, full disclaimer, Mrs. Quilty have sent me this box completely free of charge for me to try out, and I'm really excited to get going with it, really. Yeah, let me know what you think. So before I go, just to say that the subscription box itself is $31.97 a month, which works out to £26 if you are in the UK. As I say, they do ship worldwide, and you can get 20% off your first box. So I think it's well worth it, at least just for your first box, just to try out yourself. The link is down below. Let me know what you think, and I'll leave it there, and I will see you all really soon. Take care. Bye.